Welcome back to Winging It Buffalo Style. We're continuing our Winging It with the candidates this morning as we learn more and more about each of the candidates for Buffalo Public School Board. Election Day, of course, is ticking closer. It's next Tuesday, and right now we're joined on the couch by probably the man in the election that has the most name recognition, Larry Quinn, and that is saying a lot for a field that has two former mayoral candidates. So,
that's good.
People, people may have been wondering, though, what you've been up to since you have left the Sabres, and how has life been for you?
Life's been good. You know, I've done a lot of personal things. Spent a lot of time traveling and studying art and stuff like that. And I was, you know, when I left the Sabres, I was recovering from heart surgery, so I gave myself a chance to do that. And I've been very active. I produced the movie with my son and his friend Corey Green called The Romans, and I also have done some renovations of buildings in Buffalo, and so I'm, you know, actually pretty active.
Have you always been interested in the arts and culture?
Yeah, but I never had the time for it. I mean, you know, I worked hard for 40-some years, and I thought, well, I have this chance, I'm going to do it. So I went to school over in France and studied and learned the culture there and tried to learn the language. Not very good at it, but it's been a good experience.
How much of language have you learned? Can you give us any phrases?
I could, but then I'd embarrass myself.
Let's go Sabres.
My favorite? Je voudrais du café, you know, which is I'd like some coffee.
I would like some coffee.
Yeah.
Very good. Très bien, Larry Quinn. So now you're going to be running for the Buffalo Public School Board.
Right.
What makes you want to get back into the public life in this way?
I don't want to get back in the public life necessarily, but, you know, I was asked to consider it. My first reaction was I really don't want to do this, but I gave it a good faith effort to see what it was about. And what I found was so many parents, so many teachers, so many children frustrated beyond belief with the system. They all felt disempowered. They felt they couldn't change anything. They felt, you know, the thought of innovation was almost impossible. And we have this system that's failing the kids. You know, there are 27,000 of them are schools that are failing. And I thought, you know, Buffalo's been very good to me. You know, it's been great to me. This is the biggest issue we're facing. And I thought if I can contribute to helping fix the system, I'm going to do it. So I decided to run.
And you haven't really been involved with the education field before. What kinds of people would be your mentors in this process?
I've had a diverse group. I've spent a lot of time with Amy Friedman from Reform Ed. I actually spent an hour on the phone with Ken Dryden, believe it or not. Kenny was the Minister of Education in Canada after he left hockey. Wrote a book on it called In School. I thought he was very inspiring to me. He really convinced me. Sam Radford from the District Parents Council is a very inspiring guy. Joy Pepper at Tapestry School. Steve Polowitz, who's involved with Reform Ed. I mean, I've met with a lot of them. I've met with a lot of kids. Just said, what's going on? Tell me what's happening. And I think when all's said and done, they're children. And you think about the education system where you enter a school through a metal detector and all those kinds of negative things that are created. And it's no wonder that there's high truancy. There's no wonder that people are failing. And so we've got to really kind of turn it back. And turning it back, I think, is pretty simple. A good principal who's empowered, somebody that's able to select her teaching team and put them in the right place at the right time, engaged parents, and in a fair amount of autonomy. I mean, if you're going to a school, the principal and teachers should have a lot of say in how that school's run, how it affects your child. And those kind of things are not happening. They're all kind of top down from City Hall on down or the teachers union on down, and that's not an effective formula. And so I'm running to change it. If you don't want to change the system, don't vote for me, because I'm all about really redoing it.
All right, Larry Quinn, that's about all the time we have, but thank you for making the time to wing it with us this morning. And once again, the election day is next Tuesday, May 6th.